What's up guys? Welcome to the BTO YouTube channel. I'm gonna be hosting a few exclusive content videos and uploads. So we're here for episode 2 of the 250 2-stroke build. If you didn't watch the first video, it's on my channel. I recommend going to check it out, but we got it to this point right here before we were stopped. And I have some footage. If I have good enough footage, I'll include it right now. But basically we got to this point. We removed the subframe, the plastics, a bunch of other parts, and just kind of went over all the stuff that we were gonna clean up. And our goal was to remove the motor and get this thing completely framed for episode 2. But we ran into a little problem. If you guys are going to restore a old 2-stroke or any old bike for that matter, this swing arm pivot was what got the best of us, and we could not, as you can see, the thing's completely rusted.
Rusted and frozen.
Yeah, we could not get this thing out of the engine. We got it maybe about 3 inches out of the slot that it goes in, and it just completely seized up on us. We absolutely destroyed some of my T-handles. So as you can see, these things are pretty bent. These is actually after we tried to bend them back too, but they are completely ruined, and we've been using those things a lot. So BTO went ahead and sent us some new T-handles. I'm stoked about that. I've had those T-handles literally since I was an amateur. So to get a new set, to finally replace those, I think they're the same as the ones I had before too. So that's really awesome of them, send that over. So the main goal for this video and this episode today is to get the engine out, get the front end off. We really don't have that much more to go. Building a 2-stroke or tearing down a 2-stroke is a lot easier than the 450L was. So a lot more simple. Yeah, we'll just keep plugging along, and I'll grab the camera and grab some shots as we go along. We forgot to shout out the Moto Whips dudes. They're the ones that got the swing arm pivot out for us. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna throw this thing on the tripod for a little time lapse and just finish taking out the engine, and then we'll catch up in a second. All right, we got the wiring harness all out. A lot more simple than the 450L harness, but still kind of complicated to get out. There's just a lot going on right in front of the cylinder head. So yeah, I got that all undone. The clips kind of gave us a pain, but it's all good. And then we kind of just throw some tape on everything just to like there's a bolt in there just to make sure that we don't lose any hardware. As well as, you might have seen me taking pictures of the bike, so we can kind of have a reference for putting it back together. Even though this bike should be a lot easier. This bike should be a lot easier to like look up pictures and stuff to figure out how everything went back together. With the L, when we built it, like we literally like just had to look up like stock photos and try and zoom in, and that was really our only reference point. So luckily people have built these before, and if I have any questions, I can call somebody. The L was not that way at all. I feel like we were kind of trailblazing when we did that, and there was really no pictures or videos or anything to show how anything went back together. But yeah, time to take out the engine and then get these forks and clamps off.
Come get it on the side.
All right, engine's out. I don't know what we're gonna do with this engine yet. I kind of want to just like build it on the side because I don't think we're gonna be using this for the race, but I mean, pretty easy to get out, I'd say. Like definitely a lot easier than the L was. Now I'm just gonna kind of go over this frame, make sure there's no cracks or anything like that before we get it coated. And yeah, should be good. This thing's coming along nicely. Just gotta take this front end off and that foot on the foot peg mounts, and then it's all ready. I think Mikey's gonna take the frame, the swing arm, and a few other parts to go get coated, and then we'll kind of source some parts. I already have some parts actually behind me right now, but I'm gonna save that for a later video. Give you guys an update on the parts haul later next week. All right, we're basically there. I got the top clamp off. We just got this one, I don't even know what that nut is called. Lock nut. And then we gotta drain the fluid out of the front brake because the front brake's also being taken by Mikey to Moto Whips to get coated. If you guys have any suggestions for colors, I pretty much have my mind made up on what colors I'm doing, but if you guys think something will look cooler than something else, then go ahead and comment below, let us know. I'm gonna lay out all the parts that Mikey's taking with him today, including the frame, swing arm, engine hangers, a lot of just miscellaneous stuff, but like I said, we pretty much have everything sorted out in our heads, what we're doing, but let us know your suggestions. You guys have been sending me a lot of DMs, a lot of comments, suggesting and sending me bikes, showing me what you guys like, showing me your own bikes, so it's been cool to see. I definitely have gotten a lot of ideas in my head from those comments and those pictures, so definitely keep that stuff flowing because we appreciate it. All right, so this thing's pretty stripped down now. Last thing to do is pull these clamps off. We already got the lock nut off, so I'm gonna go ahead and just slide everything out as one and take off the foot peg mounts, and then we got a lot of cleaning to do and a lot of sorting, and I'll definitely update you guys on exactly what we're gonna be sending off to powder coating, what we're gonna get anodized, and yeah, do a full kind of, I don't know, OEM parts breakdown of what we're gonna get colored.
Oh my god.
All right, forks are all pulled off. As you can see, we're definitely gonna need some bearings. Is this single focus? Yeah, we're definitely gonna need some bearings. Everything's pretty shot, but kind of typical for a 16-year-old bike. Everything else looks pretty good. No real damage to this thing, so we're gonna go ahead and wash all this stuff. I'm gonna thoroughly wash the frame right now and just kind of scrub it, and then as I'm drying it, I'm gonna look for some cracks. Obviously that's gonna be our biggest concern. I don't think we'll find much of anything too heavily abused. It's all just maintenance and repair that should have been done throughout the years that wasn't. So, but like I said, it's a 16-year-old bike, can't expect everything to be perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and clean all this stuff up and get it all dried off, and then we'll update you guys in a second. All right, got the frame out, cleaning her up. Got some Scotch-Brite and some Honda Bright. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this thing back on the tripod, and we'll see what she looks like in about 10 minutes. All right, it's kind of hard to see. You can obviously see just like the wear and tear on the frame from over the years. But we're kind of going over every inch of this thing, and this side Mikey put a ton of time in, and you can see it's way smoother. All the pits and grime and everything is starting to come out, but we definitely have a little bit to go on this thing for sure. But so far, a lot of forward progress. We kind of saved this side for last so we could show you guys what it looks like before and after, but I'm gonna get back to scrubbing with this Scotch-Brite and the Honda Bright. Still scrubbing over here. Definitely gotta put some elbow grease into it. My right shoulder is still hurting a little bit, so it's kind of good therapy in a way, making it stronger for the race that we gotta do. But we got all the other parts laid out. Just kind of soaking these in Honda Bright, and there's so much grime on all this stuff, so letting it all soak while Mikey's scrubbing and just getting all the parts kind of situated for them to get sent off to get coated. All this stuff's gonna be a color. I'm sure you guys can assume which color, but yeah, leave your suggestions, I guess. All right, we got pretty much all the parts that we're gonna get colored laid out right now. So cleaned up the swing arm, try to clean up all the brake pieces, the linkage and subframe, Kickstarter, and then all the miscellaneous pieces. I don't know which shifter I'm gonna use yet, so we're just gonna get both powder coated and kind of go from there. And then obviously the frame, this thing came out really good. Mikey definitely put in a lot of time on this thing, getting it back to somewhat normal. 16 years of abuse, and maybe not even abuse, just wear and tear and being weathered and all that stuff, and it came out pretty good. All the powder coat and anodizing and all that stuff should come out pretty awesome now that we have a pretty smooth surface to work with. That's gonna do it for today's video. If you don't already, subscribe to the BTO channel, because this isn't the only video that I'm gonna be posting to this channel. I plan on working with them for a while, and I will be posting exclusive content that I won't be posting on my page, only on this page. So subscribe, like, and we'll see you in the next video.